Welcome to the local integrated family teams video to support the reduction of behaviour that challenges. This video will talk about what behaviour that challenges is and what it looks like, what can cause behaviours that challenge, and the baseline skills and strategies needed to help reduce and prevent behaviours that challenge. According to the National Health Service in the UK, a person's behaviour can be defined as challenging if it puts them or those around them, such as their carer, at risk or leads to a poorer quality of life. It can also impact their ability to join in everyday activities. Behaviours that challenge can look like verbal aggression. This is the use of words or tone that can be harmful to others. Physical aggression. This is an act of force that results in harm, injury, or trauma to the person's body. Property destruction. This is when a person damages personal or public property, such as breaking an item or object. Stereotypical or repetitive behaviour. This is behaviour that is different from what is considered normal or expected for a child's age or stage of development. To reduce behaviours that we find challenging, it helps if we can understand what the underlying reason could be. To do this, we need to be behaviour detectives. First, we need to consider what underlying difficulties a child could have, such as health conditions, developmental delay, difficult early life experiences, a learning disability, communication barriers, sensory differences, any physical pain, or be overwhelmed by their emotions. Children need certain skills to be able to control their behaviour. These skills are known as executive functioning skills. These skills develop as we learn and grow. Skills can be impacted by neurodevelopmental conditions or early traumatic childhood experiences. The skills that can be impacted are working memory, remembering and using past experiences, organisation, creating and maintaining systems, planning, prioritising steps to complete tasks, time management, estimating and using time effectively, self-control, regulating emotions, thoughts and behaviour, attention, focusing and shifting focus when needed, task initiation, starting tasks independently, flexibility, adapting to change and new situations, and perseverance, continuing despite challenges. In short, behaviour that challenges can arise from health, developmental, emotional, or early life difficulties, as well as weak executive functioning skills such as memory, planning, and self-control. Since children rely on these skills to manage daily life, understanding how they may be affected helps explain why behaviours that challenge occur. Paul Gilbert's Threat, Drive, Soothe model is based on the idea that 3 systems manage our emotions. Each system is associated with differing parts of our brain. Threat aims to protect us by preparing us to run away from danger or stops us doing things. It gives us feelings of anger, fear, anxiety, and produces adrenaline. Drive aims to motivate us to achieve. It is reward-based and gives us feelings of excitement, focus, and wanting. Soothe helps us to manage stress and bond with others. It gives us feelings of contentment, safety, trust, and connection. Stress or distress is caused by an imbalance between the systems and is often due to an underdeveloped soothing system. If one system dominates, it can have negative consequences. If threat dominates, we can often feel on guard, under threat, or constantly anxious. If we spend too much time in drive when something stops us achieving, we often become distressed and self-critical, which can put us in threat mode. If we spend too much time in soothe, we would never get anything done. Simply, Paul Gilbert's threat, drive, soothe model explains that our emotions are controlled by three systems: threat, which keeps us safe; drive, that motivates us to achieve; and soothe, which helps us manage stress. Stress happens when these systems are unbalanced, especially if soothing is underdeveloped and threat takes over. This is often linked to difficult early life experiences. It is important to know your child will do well if they can. Changing a child's behaviour often needs the adults to change their mindset and behaviours too. Having a strong, positive connection with your child creates a sense of safety for them, giving them a good foundation to ease behaviours that challenge and helps other strategies work more effectively. Through strong connections, children can learn to trust, form a good sense of security and self, begin to develop empathy, and learn to regulate their emotions. There are different ways to build good connections with children to help them prepare for success into their adult lives. The first way to build a good connection is to have quality time. There's nothing better than time spent with you. Not toys or gifts, just your time. This time should be uninterrupted, device-free, one-to-one attention. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day can make all the difference. Keep it simple. You can do things like going for walks, reading a book together, cooking or preparing food, or sharing some pamper time together. The idea is just to connect in any way you can. The second way to make a good connection is to take notice of their interests. This shows they are important and encourages open communication. Learn about it with them. Listen to them telling you about it, no matter what their interests are, from gaming to space, flags or trains. A third way to make good connections is through love and affection. This can help children feel valued and secure. There are many ways to show love and affection to children, from giving hugs to high fives, or letting them know you love them, from writing notes to telling them you love their smile, hair, or laugh. The fourth way to build a good connection is through active listening. Making a conscious effort to listen to children helps them to feel heard and valued. It shows them you respect them and helps build their resilience and a good sense of self-worth. You can show you are actively listening to a child by putting your technology to one side, pausing or turning off the TV, getting down to their level and looking at them, and repeating or rephrasing using their words. This also clarifies that you have fully understood what they have said. The important thing is to hear them, even if it doesn't seem relevant or you don't agree. Challenging behaviour is a communication that something is wrong, but the skills are not yet developed to tell you or to be able to regulate for themselves. Matching our responses to what the behaviour is trying to communicate will help children to calm and regulate more swiftly, and means we can make adjustments to prevent further challenging behaviour. First, you may need to check in with your own emotions and make sure you are regulated. One way you can do this is by taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. This also models to children a way to self-regulate for themselves. Next is to consider what they might be feeling. This could be things like disappointment or sadness. It is important to connect with that feeling emotionally by drawing upon a time you felt similar. You can help them by naming their emotion, using gentle touch, and actively listening to them to help them calm down, using those good connection strategies. Sometimes it helps to give time and space for them to calm themselves first, but it is important to let them know that they can come and talk to you when they are ready to. When you have used your connection strategies to help your child calm down, you can then, once they are calm, help them to problem solve. In summary, children will do well if they can. When children display behaviour that challenges, it often signals difficulty, not defiance. Building connections, understanding the causes, and supporting emotional regulation helps children learn to manage themselves and thrive. Come and join us to learn practical strategies in our Reduction of Behaviour That Challenges workshop. Thank you for watching. This video was created by the local Integrated Family Team, which is a multidisciplinary team for Denbighshire County Council, Conwy County Borough Council and Betsy Cadwaladr University Health Board Wales.